I'm actually starting to really enjoy this. Like at first I was like, oh yeah, it'll be cool to build up a following, but like now I'm actually like enjoying like posting and connecting with people. Like honestly, it's awesome. Having said that, it is messing with my productivity. Like I need to really push a lot harder to get anywhere. Like there's room for fun, but I do think work sort of comes first. Just gonna catch up on Gary V. Like I don't think I'm gonna watch that hour 36 video, but I'll watch the other two and tell you what I think. The first video, like I do think numbers have some role in business because it makes it all measurable. But like I do agree, like the emotional connection with advertising is more important. I think like the second video is like really relevant to me because like, that's how I'm living my life at the moment. Like I do think like short-term pain for long-term gain is the way to live your life really. Moment I don't really like what I'm doing, to be honest. Like it's all grinding work, which I don't really like. Like but I'm looking forward to get onto the strategic-based stuff, which is what I want to do the rest of my life pretty much. Realise it's all like, oh, what the hell do you know? Like you're a total nobody at the moment anyway. But like I'm just giving my views on everything really. Like just gonna listen to this podcast to give me a bit of extra fire. That was pretty good. Like, they're just talking about like long-term patience and keep grinding and stuff. Like I don't think I'm really pushing hard enough. I need to step it up proper. Quickly watch this Periscope. Like it seems to be relevant to me at the moment, so I'm gonna watch it. Not that moany earlier. It's not actually been that bad. My approach is a bit too ambitious, so I end up sort of, don't know, being like, come on, hurry up. Like, and I woke up this morning like a crazy amount of drive. Like, I've got so much done so far. Like, I'm just going to keep beasting on. I'm going to watch this whilst I'm eating my lunch. I'll summarise what it says, so I bring you guys at least some value. Like, I think I'm going to like, stop giving my opinion on stuff at the moment. Like, I need to build up some credibility. So I'll summarise everything for you so you get some value. Mainly saying he thinks he's where he is because of hard work rather than talent. But she says it comes from adversity, which comes from being an immigrant. You think like I'm struggling to even do 12 hours a day, let alone 16. So like I don't know, but I think that's because I'm doing the grinding work rather than strategic base, which I want to do. Also said you shouldn't categorise people via generation, like millennial and stuff, because you should treat people as like individuals when hiring people. Like honestly, this is so crazy from a drive. Like if you ever want to be driven, like post accountability, like it's just so awesome. It's so risky. Back from delivering those parcels, like it's a good little breather, I reckon. So, but I'm still going to get back on that computer and carry on. I'm at least okay with today. Like my work ethic's been pretty good, so just keep pushing on. Hopefully, like in like a month or so, I'm going to start trying to automate these boring, repetitive tasks that I'm doing. So hopefully, I should begin to scale it faster. If you lot sort of find deleting the text on Snapchat a bit annoying, like I find it more difficult to communicate with people. Like, right, guys. So today I'm going to be summarising The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. I won't be saying my opinion on it again because like that's usually coming across quite badly. So I'll analyse it and evaluate it in my own head. But hopefully it's bringing some value. Like new and repeat viewers, I just want to say thanks for watching so far. I'll be doing these business book summaries twice a week. And number one is to believe in yourself and never give up so other people believe in you. And so 2.1 is to sharpen your creative skills rather than remembering facts to make yourself more adaptive. Point two is how you can do that, which is be receptive to new ideas, take opportunities for new things, and be reflective of how you can do better. Three is to think positively every day and ignore the naysayers. You do this by always thinking about what you're good at every day. So number four is that success depends on the support and help of others. So make sure you're nice to the people around you. Number 5 is to change your social and physical environment to a more positive one, so you think more positively. 6 is to have a positive body language and attitude by keeping high morals and doing worthwhile work. 7 is to avoid fear by being and acting confident. 8 is to bounce back to setbacks and don't ever blame others for failures. 9 is to plan for success and study the cause of any setbacks that may occur. So hopefully he's got something from that. Replay it if you couldn't hear it, and I'm going to plan out on getting a mic at some point to make it easier to hear. I think it's important to learn from these books and not purely rely on your own mistakes and just take what you like and ignore what you don't. That's what I'm doing. Right, everyone. I wonder if anyone's got a recommendation for a mic. I'm looking just now and just want to send me a snap and I want to see posting all my figures business. It's getting so embarrassing, but at the same time it is making it more risky and more interesting, so it's kind of cool. Right guys, I've been proper executing well today. I'm going to get onto the sort of educational part soon, and I'll tell you what I've learned and what they're saying in the thing, basically. Quickly watching Grant Cardone for this little warning thing he's saying. It's basically just saying compare and contrast property and take your time before you buy. But when you buy, go all in and do it fast, which I guess sort of applies to products too. Today I want to talk about the Tai Lopez KSE model. It's a way of organising your time and approaching launching a company. It's a way of managing your time, and he says you should be doing 3 particular tasks. I'll just explain them all now. First thing you should be doing is gaining knowledge, which he says should be done mostly at the beginning, but keep doing it throughout your business as well. Second thing he said you should be doing is strategy. This is the bigger picture based plan and also the little tactics with specific things. Third thing he says is execution, which basically means getting on with that plan and pushing forward. I think it's quite a good little way of organising your time. I'm doing about 80% execution and 20% knowledge and strategy at the moment. I'm splitting my time like that because I did a lot of knowledge and strategy based work earlier. So I'm kind of doing that as well, but I'm doing mainly execution. I should have got on with it earlier. Hopefully you guys can sort of apply this to yourself and organise your time out so you're most effective. Terrible day again, but I feel reasonably okay about it. I'm sort of realising that I just need to be a bit more patient. Probably not realistically going to see any results for another 3 months or so from this, so I just got to shut up and get on with it really. Thanks for everyone who's suggested the mic to me. I've gone and ordered one. It was one that everyone kept saying, so cheers again. Got onto the educational part of the day. I'm just going to watch this Tai Lopez video and tell you what it says, basically. I'm just going to go through what was said in that video. I'm not going to say my opinion on it. You guys can take what you like and dump what you don't, really. First point it makes is that it's easier to make money than save money. So make sure you don't overspend once you actually make some. Second thing he said was people get too emotionally attached to their ideas. So it ends up that they're not open-minded to new things and they don't improve. The third thing he said was to focus on emotional-based things for motivation rather than materialistic, because it tends to lead to more long-term happiness. Just been watching Gary Vee just then. Apparently he's changed it into a call-in show. What do you guys think of that? I realise all these short-term reactions are pretty stupid, but still, it's always good to have a good day, and let's get on with tomorrow. Right guys, so I'm just going to go through this Tai Lopez video. I'll tell you the 3 principles after I finish watching it. So number 1 is the edge effect, which basically means to look out for hidden trends. And this is how it says to look out for those trends. So 1A is to look at online surveys to figure out these trends. 1B is to look at Google Trends to try and find out some trends. So number 2 is talk about the trends you should be looking out for. So the first type of trend he said to look out for was demographic-based trends. This is like age, gender, income, and he said how to use it. The example he gave was if there's like an elderly population, then invest in elderly-based care homes. So the second thing he said to look out for were social norm-based trends, so like behaviours and interests, and he gave an example how to use it. So the example he gave was that people in the early 2000s began to have more of an interest in health and fitness, so it would have been a good idea to invest in that then. So number 3, he basically just said follow and ask experts for inside information and advice. So yeah, like hopefully the stuff that Tai says is useful to us all. I can see myself using this kind of thing if I get to that stage. Right guys, so I've hit like a little milestone in my company. I'm registering for VAT, which means I'm now a limited company instead of a sole trader. So I'll quickly just show you guys the figures from last year or so. They're not that impressive, but it's a start at least. I've mainly just spent the last year or so like figuring out the process really, but now hopefully want to try and scale it up and outsource things out. Alright guys, so I'm just watching Valuetainment. This is a video about micromanaging as an entrepreneur. Okay, so he splits micromanaging into 2 main areas. Okay, so number 1 is people, who he says to only micromanage at the start until you trust they know what they're doing. Okay, so number 2 is the process of the business. He says to break this down into micro processes and micromanage this, and this is how. Okay, so in order to do this, he says cut out these micro processes or automate them through getting software to make it more efficient. Okay, so I hope that was useful to you guys. I do think he's right about the process being important in business as well as the product.